it's your thing. Do what you wanna do.
Welcome everybody to the first pilot edition of Beans and Eats podcast. My name is Tony Thomas.
Jordan Shinta.
And today we're here with our good friend, Nick Giambra, real estate agent.
And their best client.
Best client for sure. We're going to be doing this on a kind of a weekly basis, trying to get business owners, people who run businesses, people that are just kind of working around Buffalo and trying to help it grow, just, one day at a time. We're going to be posting these to, where are we going to be posting them, Jay?
YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, whatever avenue works best for you, we're going to be posting to. Like Tone said, we're going to be getting in entrepreneurs, people specialize in their fields. People trying to make a difference in Buffalo. That's what we're about right here too. So, join us. We're having some beans. We're having a good conversation.
Yep. And
relax a little bit. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be just covering different topics, and we're looking forward to this. So,
yeah. All right.
Wow.
So,
how you feeling, T?
I'm feeling great, man. First podcast. Excited to be here. We got the fans behind the camera watching.
Feels great to be alive.
That is well. That is true.
That is a good call. We got our first guest, Nick Giambra.
Welcome.
Welcome, Nick.
Thanks for having me.
How are we tonight?
Feels good to be with the best marketing crew in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, stop! You're gonna make me blush. Now, Nick, just starting off before we get into some more serious topics. How do you like your beans? What do we got in the cup today?
I keep it real simple, real casual. Always an iced coffee, double, 2 cream, 2 sugar.
Looks like iced milk, if you ask me, but it's all right.
What about your hands in the winter? Isn't that a factor?
Yeah.
Keeps you cool in these long winter months here.
All right, well, I rock the single today. Tim's is always treating us well. You know how we like our Tim's, so.
Quick shout out to Tim Hortons for sponsoring tonight's podcast.
Yep.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Timmy's.
I'm going with the black beans.
You.
I'm going with the black beans, trying to put some hair on my chest.
Wow.
$2,000 a year in write-offs. Tim Hortons, thank you.
Timmy's.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks for the write-off.
Thank you for the roll, the win, the what, the rim.
Yeah, well, that's going
Is
this
it
year.
rim season?
It's rim season.
Wow.
It's rim season.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta get.
I thought you would
I
have.
would have went with the hot coffee, guys.
Haven't you seen us on the shoots with these?
Please get this guy a coaster.
And no sleeves.
I know, no sleeves tonight.
It was warm today, 40 degrees.
It wasn't bad. It
It wasn't bad.
It's getting hot here.
I know.
I'm sweating.
Tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do in the area. Are you new? Are you old? Where are you in the market?
I go by the brand these days, NG Realty. I've been selling real estate for 4 years now. I've worked with some of the largest brokers in Buffalo, some of the most recognizable names. Currently at Keller Williams Realty. For now, it's a great fit, and excited to be partnered with you guys on growing my business.
Have you felt
Guys.
it's helped you though in the past? I mean, your recent listings. I don't know what you did before using us for marketing because it's fairly new.
The best part about the services that you guys provide is it's a value proposition. You could talk to your sellers and honestly tell them they're going to have the best marketing content that the market has.
And that's kind of what we've been preaching to agents because, we're trying to help them grow by helping us grow. It's kind of a two-way street. We don't want to just grow and, see profits. The only way we will is if agents like you see the value and homeowners see the value because
That's where it is right there.
Yeah, the homeowners. You gotta make the home.
You gotta make them happy.
You don't get paid until
there's a lot of aspects of the job, from what it takes to create the relationship with your client, just from first contact to the point where you're able to get them to hire you to sell their house, and to be able to contract out the biggest part of it, which is the way the property showcases on the internet, and put it in trustworthy guys' hands and not have to worry about it, is very valuable.
Yeah,
I used to walk around with my phone and take pictures of houses, and it was just extreme disservice to the market.
Did you actually do that? You actually did photos of with your phone?
Before we met each other, it was all smartphone camera shots.
Wow, that's crazy because we kind of give digs at people like that because it's ridiculous to sell a home with a cell phone. I mean, the cell phones are better these days, but come on.
Simply not fair to the homeowner.
No.
It's not part of a realtor's job description.
No.
We're not photographers. We can't capture lighting and angles and
to post that, and I agree. It's a good point. You know, how much do you think you would spend on marketing? For what did you say the average agent should spend? If we're talking, I mean, just in the area, because I know it depends on what kind of homes you sell, but on average, what would you spend on
It used to be tough in Buffalo because the median price range was at a number where, you know, it didn't really make sense to put half of your 3 points of the sale, you know, dedicated to marketing.
Right.
But it's just so important. That's what people want.
Yeah.
When you're talking to a client, they want to know 3 things, in my opinion. They want to know that you provide the best marketing that you can, the best representation, and the best communication back to them.
Yeah.
And if you could cover those 3 things, you'll be a successful realtor no matter which brokerage you're at or.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean that's something that a lot of people have to realize, especially going into listing appointments. Like, what's gonna separate yourself? You know?
It's an investment. It's not an expense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an investment in yourself, your career, your reputation, and that's where I find it's most valuable. Whether I'm listing a $40,000 house or a $4 million house, every property deserves elite marketing content, and nobody creates it like these gentlemen.
Thank you, appreciate that. Well, you know, the good thing too is getting your exposure out there. Like you mentioned, it doesn't matter what home you're doing. You know, it doesn't matter if it's $100,000. Every time you get your name out there, people are seeing that.
People like busy people. You know, like you see someone else doing their thing, working, you know, and you're attracted to that. You're like, wow, what are they doing that I'm not, or what are they doing that I can maybe get a part of? So that's kind of how I see it. People call us all the time. Wow, you guys really picking up. They just see that because we're posting a lot. Like we got a lot of jobs and we're able to post a lot, luckily, and people are attracted to that. If you're always posting your newest listings, people are gonna call you maybe, you know, instead of somebody else because they always see your name for some reason. I don't know. I don't see anybody else's name but Nick's. He's like the guy on the top of my head.
Right. So in addition to the content going on the multiple listing service, which then transfers to all the consumer websites, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, it's a good way to promote what I do specifically on social media.
Right.
And it shows people that this guy cares.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, where are you doing most of your real estate? Are you looking for like? I know we've done shoots for you downtown, but I know, are you looking to expand places more suburban, or you know, I mean, downtown's developing, which is great. But where are you looking to do more of your sales in the future?
When you get started in this industry, it's very important to become a market expert in some market. Now, whether that's new construction, you know, buying land, subdividing it to developers, selling investment properties, to, you know, smaller investors, or selling big commercial buildings, it's important to carve out a niche. So the niche I carved out is on the west side of Buffalo. It's where I started 4 years ago. It's where my father was doing some developments at the time. It gave me something to talk about, and actually gave me something to sell. And, you know, seeing the success that he had brought me into that neighborhood, and you know,
it's got to be exciting too,
Cool.
seeing that, you know, the west side develop as you're selling properties, meeting people there, meeting people who are moving to that area. I mean, I've seen it too, just in, you know, the recent builds up there.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember a funny story. When I first started real estate 4 years ago, I used to put signs up in certain parts of the west side, and I would come back a day later and they used to take the nuts and screws out of the signs. And in those same neighborhoods 4 years later are $250,000, $275,000 houses.
Yeah, the first house I did for you, with the technology that I had, the 360 camera, it was on Niagara Street, and that was a little bit over a year ago now.
We sold that house for $75,000, and it just refinanced last week for $375,000.
Yeah, like, and
That was a year ago, right?
That was a little over a year. They redid that whole street. They added curb bump outs. Niagara Street's popping right now on the west side. It's only growing, so it's good to see. What I got a question for you. What's your favorite thing about real estate, and what's your least favorite? Like your day-to-day operations. Like, what's your favorite thing to do, and what could you do without?
Yeah, we see realtors on a daily basis. Some just don't like, you know, going to the showings, the open houses. It's different for everyone, but I mean,
Some
a lot of people
don't even
embrace
like to
it.
pick up the phone. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even like to be on their phone a lot, and it's kind of tough doing that. But we just want to know your input on what you like and don't like.
The part I dislike most is when you spend a lot of time invested in a person, or in an opportunity, in a listing, in a house, potential listing, potential buyer, and it just doesn't come to fruition for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Time is the only thing that we have in business in general, specifically the real estate industry, and when you waste time, it hurts because you can't get it back. So it's always important that you're spending, quality time with quality people who are, motivated to do, what they say they're going to do, and that's buy and sell houses. The best part of this job, from my experience, is just helping people, helping them save money, getting them the proper credits, negotiating on their behalf, because to them it's an emotional process. To me, it's not emotional. So I'm able to take a step back from a different vantage point and say, wait, I know you really want this house, but we really should be concerned with A, B, and C, whether that's a structural issue, peeling paint, or a roof that needs to be replaced in 5 to 10 years. My emotions don't get involved, so I could help them make, customers make more educated.
That's a good point, because I feel like a lot of the times, people are forgetting the knowledge you need as a realtor. There's a lot that goes into it. You got to know the surrounding neighborhoods. You got to know, the piping inside the house. Little things like that make a huge difference for. And it shows that they care too. That's a nice part about it.
Yeah, and we're talking about real estate, but this is across the board in any industry.
Yeah.
You represent people's interest, and representing it properly, accurately, with integrity beyond imagination. That's the most important part of this business.
I agree. So what service do you like that we provide? Like, what's your favorite service that we do that that you use on a listing basis almost every time? That's your favorite thing that we do?
Well, I think I've used you guys for a $40,000 listing on the east side of Buffalo, and I've used you guys for $600,000-$700,000 investment properties out in the suburbs of Buffalo. And what's unique about how you guys work and what the services you provide are, you could specify them to any building, right? So, if we're selling something that's important for somebody from, across the border of New York State to see the property, be able to feel the property and understand it so that they could potentially purchase it, it's nice to have the professional photos, because they go online, everybody sees them, and it's really nice to have a virtual tour, because investors, that it's normally expensive for them to come to Buffalo, take time out of their schedule to come here and see a property. They can see it from their computer, and get a true representation of what that building is from every square inch of the place. And understand what they're buying, and it saves a lot of time. And again, going back to time, all we have is time. So how you appropriate your time is very important in this business.
That's one of our goals. Save their time. Some realtors, they think that we're not trying to take money. Obviously, we're trying to help save your time, because then instead of you driving around different open houses, you can be.
The more realtors that use these guys, the cheaper it's going to be for us. And that's the goal, right? It's not about money. It's about building relationships and building a career. Money doesn't hurt.
One of the favorite things that I like doing your homes is the drone, because you do a lot of stuff, like you said, on the west side, and I like to, shoot that drone in the air, and then you capture, you get the water's front, you get really good shots of the city, and then you get some cool neighborhood shots as well, and you capture all this information that people are living right behind and right near, and then you kind of funnel it down into the home that is for sale, and then we go inside.
Yeah, showcase neighborhood amenities, which is part of why people
the one that we did actually on West Avenue. I remember it was showing Resurgence, the brewery right there.
Yeah, that was
right by
great.
the Peace Bridge. So it shows. That's what I like too. It shows where you are in proximity to all these great things around Buffalo that some people are, especially people moving here, that they don't realize. The brewery's coming up.
Why they're buying what they're buying.
Yeah. It's more than just, and that's what's cool about the drone is it's more than just the home. It's where the home is, located. What's around the home. Why is that neighborhood more expensive than 5 blocks over? And we've done a lot near Elmwood too for you, and it's cool to show Elmwood Street and all those different areas where it's popping right now.
It's a great way to capture your audience. From a picture, you got them for maybe a tenth of a second. They're clicking on to the next one. The drone keeps them interested for as long as we can.
Right. Tony, how your beans tasting? Pretty good.
They're average right now.
What's this? $50? Tim Hortons is giving away $50.
Let me tell you, I'm
$2. I got a Civic going on here.
They gotta switch up the Civic. I feel like I've seen that for 5 years now.
Does
you know?
anybody want it? Is my
Yeah,
question.
Does anyone want the Civic? Do we want to switch
Who
it up?
would drive a Civic?
I don't know.
I would drive a Civic. I take that back.
No, yeah.
We all take a free
Anyone
car.
driving a Civic, we love Civics. But no, I mean, I'm loving the.
No,
know
they
what's
are
cool?
great cars.
You know
They
what's
are,
cool about
yeah.
this cup though? Something about it mentally is just way better than the original. The yellow, I don't know what it is. The fireworks here.
It definitely,
See that?
it definitely
It
is
makes me happier, honestly.
inviting.
Now the real question is how many sips until you roll up the rim?
I just wait till the end because I honestly forget about it. I enjoy
That's
the
a good
beans
question.
too much. That's a good question from you.
I might do it
never
live.
thought
I
of
might do it here live.
Well, we're reversing the interview here. How many sips does
I mean-
it take?
I think 500 sips.
500?
500. That's crazy, dude.
Well, I sip slow. I'm a sipper.
You're a slow sipper.
Yeah, this cup will last me probably 2 hours.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
like smoking a long cigar. You're
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
I
well,
used to see my parents back and they microwave their coffee. Do you
I
microwave
do.
your coffee?
I do.
Oh, like once it's after like an hour of you drinking it, they'll put it back in. My grandma does.
I'll forget
Is
about
that,
it sometimes.
is that
It doesn't
safe
do-
with the styrofoam?
It's not styrofoam.
It's some kind of.
It's microwave friendly.
It's microwave proof?
Oh yeah, come on.
You know what? You know what?
The
Tim
tops
Hortons-
might not be.
Tony,
I
you know
think
what
the
Tim
top.
Hortons I love is the one by Canal Side, by the Harbor Center.
Which
The one
one's
with
that?
the blue and
Oh,
the blue and
yeah,
yellow,
the
the old
sabers.
retro.
Yeah,
that's
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 a
what
They
I
have
like.
blue and yellow.
I mean the
thing.
outside. It's like the Tim Hortons. It's like the original colors.
It's right outside the Harbor Center there.
I actually know somebody that owned a couple of Tim Hortons. They said back in the day they used to make 10 cents per coffee they sold,
Wow.
and now it's down to 2 cents.
Wow.
Ever since Burger King bought them.
You ever thought about
Burger
getting into franchising business?
Wow.
No.
Not for you.
Too much work, not enough pay.
Well, I got a question. If we're talking about beans, if they became like scarce, let's say there was never an Arabica or a Colombian you could get, what would be your drink of choice? If you, your tea, Red Bull, what do you take in the morning?
Occasionally I have a green amp, but I try to stay away
Amps.
from
That's
energy
middle school, but hey.
I used to have amps back in my first job.
You know, they taste
The
like
purple
Mountain Dew.
ones.
They're good.
They're decent. I
Well,
don't like
water is key.
Water is key.
Water is life.
I'll answer that question because
Yeah, sure, yeah, go.
I've been really hooked on these amino acids recently.
That's a drink.
It is.
You
No,
get
they're good.
powder. What's it like? Powder that you put into water and you mix it up, and it's just
You want me to bring them out?
no,
No?
you don't. Have to.
It's like eating a
We'll put a link in below.
drinking
Yeah.
a steak.
Link below for the amino acids. No, it's not.
Amino acids are protein, right?
Well, yeah, they help you recover your muscles. Like it's for like before,
Yeah, so
middle, or
drinking
after.
the steak.
Well, that's
sure,
like
you
more
can
of a
drink.
protein shake.
Nick, I gotta ask you. Run me through your day-to-day operations. What do you do?
Hold on, before you answer that, how do you do your hair in the morning? Is my question. What's your hair?
That's
You asking me or Nick?
I'm asking Nick.
Oh, okay.
Nick, what's your go-to? What do you do with your hair in the morning? Because
We see you wearing a hat a lot. I don't know about
Yeah.
that. We're more of
Yeah.
the curly Q guys.
gel kind of guy.
You slick it? Are you parting it? Are you just letting it go? What do you do? What do you
Rocking
do?
the
This
spring
would,
fade.
be,
Rocking the
this would be an opportunity to plug the best hairdresser in Buffalo, New York, Maria Shinta.
No relation.
Same last name, no relation.
No relation, or maybe.
We don't- maybe.
She has no
Your
age.
grandma?
Do you have an age?
Do I have an H?
And Shinta?
An H? There's no H.
She's SCHINTA.
No way.
Shinta?
No, there's no Shintas in the area with an H.
Well, she's engaged, so she's not going to be Shinta for much longer. But
Okay.
hats all day, every day,
Hats.
even with the fresh fade. She trimmed me up today, actually.
You need some gel for you.
Going a little Peaky Blinder style here, just long on the top, short on the sides. I'm really worked on simplifying my life here.
Hey, I agree.
Ooh, that's something that.
See,
Dora's
Tone.
been trying to do.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that too. Tone's been doing the mullet look.
Yeah, I've been
The
trying
mullet's
to.
a good look,
He's
man.
doing-
trying to bring
And
back
you
the
guys
mullet.
are hockey players. You know,
Well,
hockey players
X-
rock mullets.
Washed up.
More beer league nowadays.
He goes party in the back, total business in the front with the slicks. But
Yeah.
he's working on his volume.
I'm working on it. I
What
like
type
the
of
sauce.
shampoo?
Ooh, Head and Shoulders with almond oil.
Combo, shampoo and conditioner, or one of each?
See, that's something to simplify your life. I should do that.
I don't know.
One way I simplify, while I have conditioner in my hair, I brush my teeth. In and out.
That is smart. I gotta.
Trying
I mean,
people always
my
go
morning
back.
rituals
Times life
take
change.
way too long. I gotta fix it up, man.
Damn.
But
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, we'll talk a little bit about more real estate right now.
Yeah.
You know, currently with the market, I would say, I mean, it's hot right now. Homes are selling within days of being on the market.
Yeah.
It's
Literally
funny,
days.
and the suburbs of Buffalo have caught the same type of fire that the city has. With the lack of inventory in the city, they're going Kenmore, Amherst, Cheektowaga. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're priced right, it's selling multiple offers.
That's crazy.
And then you're just hiring the right agent to manage the situation.
Right.
You know, we're managers.
Yeah.
It's not our house. A lot of people take on this idea that it's their house and their decision. Realtors, it is not your decision. It's the client's decision.
Yep. So what's your typical day? You know, you wake up, you know, now we know how you do your hair. If it's not doing the hair, you're putting a hat on. So what's your normal day-to-day operation look like?
The day starts off the same. I like to go to the gym in the morning.
Okay.
Doesn't always happen, but I always start the day off with an affirmation. Before I pick my head off the pillow, out loud, I say the affirmation that I say to myself to help start the day. You know,
What did you
I-
say today? If it's appropriate for camera.
I'm the fucking best. No, affirmation, something along the lines of I'm a young, healthy, happy real estate, selling machine.
Okay.
And that's a great
That
way to
pumps you
start
up
the
a
day.
little bit?
Yeah, it starts you off right,
Never
knowing
done that.
a lot of success is knowing you deserve it, right? And before you have it, pretending that you have it will help you get it.
You know, the thing that I've just figured out, I would say, figured out in the past year is just the word gratitude's really kind of, been apparent to me. Just appreciate the things that you got.
It's
You know?
getting pretty deep here.
Hey, you know what?
guys
I'm
are
just
really-
saying. But in the morning, I'm
Right.
telling you, when I'm in the morning just sitting there, I mean, you're a little groggy, you're grateful for that you have an opportunity to do some work, you have an opportunity to
Yeah.
meet some new people. It's a good feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you got to focus on what you have, not on what you don't have.
Yeah.
And if you focus on what you have, you'll just be happier.
I agree.
So okay, you say that, you pump yourself up, you're brushing your teeth. What's like now you're out? Well, let's say all right, you're out of the house now. You making calls in the morning? Are you just driving around viewing properties? What are you doing?
So 7:30 is affirmation. I'm usually at a coffee shop or my office by 8 o'clock from 8:30 to 10:30. I'm doing only lead generation, looking for more business, calling past clients, calling people in the pipeline, calling people whose house I went to 30 days ago but they weren't ready, and staying in contact with people. I'm going to steal this from one of my mentors or somebody I look up to, Ryan Serhant. He says, be relentless and be persistent, but don't be pushy. So just staying up to date with people, looking for business and asking for business. Contacts equal contracts. And at the end of the day, just people talking to people.
That's all it is.
So you're always getting them phones out, and you're making calls, and you're making them contacts.
Lead generation to about 10:30, from 11 to 12, usually trickles into 1 o'clock, maintaining the current deals, making sure the bank has their commitment on time, making sure the attorneys have ordered the search and survey, making sure the appraisals checked back okay, that the price was good, the value was there, that the condition satisfied the bank.
So there's a lot that goes into it, because we're gonna have a lot of people around our age, maybe a little older, younger maybe, that are trying to get into real estate in the next couple of years, and it's not as easy as you get to go work for yourself and sell a home. It's a little
We
bit
see you
more.
hustling all day. You're nonstop.
Yeah, it's not a passive investment, and it's not a passive career.
Okay.
It's something that you have to be totally hands-on with. An old-time real estate investor told me back in the day, go play the stock market without any knowledge of the stock market and show me how you do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Go buy real estate and don't manage it yourself and show me how you do. It's tough. It's not for everybody. It's a market just like anything else. It's a financial market. It goes up, it goes down. Get on the right side of the curve. Know what you're doing. Align yourself with people that you trust, that are giving you honest opinions. And then, just like anything else, it's a little bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
The people that make it the biggest in this real estate game are the people that have the biggest balls. And my father always said, you can't grow them. You're either born with them or you weren't.
Wow. So, what's your 1 year goal? What do you want to do in 2018 that you didn't do in 2017? What's your one thing? Maybe a couple things.
The goal this year is to add in, a couple more systems
Okay.
in regards to.
Like customer management, really, like CRM, customer relationship management, or more of getting an assistant.
Some help. An
Some help,
assistant, a transaction coordinator, hiring a buyer's agent, a listing agent, putting
Just to
a
run
system
buyers.
behind the business.
Starting
and-
from like a team, pretty much. Yeah.
Right, getting out of the independent contractor mentality and into the corporation,
Yeah.
and
Always building, always growing, and you need people to do that. So,
leverage,
okay.
creating leverage,
Leads, leverage. There you
Awesome.
go.
leads, leverage, and
All right,
listings.
Nick. Well, it's been a pleasure, man.
How was your first client?
First client on the podcast.
Was that your last client too? Oh no, you shot for people today, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we're doing today. So first for
for the
TSV
podcast.
and first for Beans and Eats too. I mean, that's
Well,
why we wanted to have them
We have
on
a shoot Saturday,
Saturday.
120 McKinley,
Yep.
Yeah.
single family home, Kenmore Avenue,
Yeah.
1,620 square
Plug
feet.
it in. When's the open house?
3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Open house will be the weekend of the 25th and 26th, Saturday
Okay.
and Sunday, 1 to 3.
All right.
We'll get it popping. Hey, we should get dinner sometime. Where's your favorite place?
Favorite place to eat? My favorite place to eat is the owner of Tapo Restaurant's personal residence on Anderson Place in Elmwood Village.
His personal residence. Is
Wow.
He likes to cook for us tonight. Actually, after here, we're gonna have some tomato broth, saffron cipino.
Whoa.
Scallops, mussels,
I was
white
expecting
fish,
like McDonald's or something. I mean,
McDonald's? You're gonna
no.
give him that? Come on.
Who knows? I thought that was gonna be a go-to.
No, Tapo Restaurant on Ellicott Street, I think, is the best value restaurant in all Buffalo. You can go there 10 times a year and spend less than you'd spend at the Chop House.
That's
Hey,
true.
you heard it here
I
first.
do like Tapo. Tapo's good.
Tapo was great.
Tapo.
Let's
Their
go to
chicken
Tapo
melons.
soon.
Let's go there.
Tapo.
Tapo.
Chicken Milanese, Brajol.
Let's get that owner on here. Let's get him.
Yeah.
On the
For
phone?
not Beans and Eats. No,
Call him
Beans
now.
and Eats.
No, we'll get him.
He's preparing dinner.
He's
for 400
He'll
guests.
be on this podcast guaranteed within the year, so stay tuned for that. He's a great guy.
He also
He's
just
better
joined
than us.
Instagram too.
Really?
Chef.
Yeah, I got a follow from him actually.
Yeah,
Did
Chef
you ever get a follow?
No, I didn't. I gotta. Yeah,
Jeez.
I know, right? I gotta get my
Must
game
be the
up.
face. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, it
know.
could be.
Something about my face.
No, but seriously, you guys are incredible at what you do. I
Thanks, man.
really value your job, your line of work, and it helps me be a better real estate agent.
Thank you, and we appreciate the work we've been doing for you. You've been hustling out here in Buffalo. We'd love to see it.
Thank you
It's
for
awesome,
having me.
man.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
First pilot here on Beans and Eats. Again, thank you to Timmy's.
Stay tuned for more. Beans and Eats is coming at you, and we're coming with force, and we're having a good time doing it. Stay
One
tuned.
last thing, get your beans in.
Get your beans. It's
Beans and
important.
rice.
It
It
is
is
very
important.
important.
Jay, it's
See you
been
next
a
week.
pleasure.
That's how
See
we
you
keep
next
these
week.
figures.
I agree.
It's your thing.